All, welcome back to Career with Vasanth YouTube channel. My name is Vasanth. With me today I have Sheeni. As you know, this is an interview series where we're recording a lot of mock interview. Sheeni is having around 9 months of overall IT industry experience. So this interview is primarily focused on fundamentals of JavaScript and React. We are going to dig deeper into a lot of concepts. So I'm not going to take a lot of time on this, but only the one thing that I would suggest is the best way to make utilize of this mock interview would be try to answer questions whenever asked to Sheeni, and then go forward. Like whenever I ask a question to Shin, you can pause the video, you can try to answer yourself. And every answer that I'm giving wrong, or if every answer that Shin is struggling, I'm going to give a right answer to all of that at the end of the video. So please watch the video till the end, so it will be useful for everybody. Okay. Now, Shini, if you can introduce yourself, we can get started.
Okay, yeah. So hi, my name is Shreni, and I'm currently working as a front-end developer at a mid-sized startup.
Okay.
And I have around 9 to 10 years of experience in front-end development.
Wonderful, wonderful, Shini. What is primary tech stack of yours?
My primary tech stack is MERN.
Okay, so
So
you
basically, yeah,
you work on both front end and back end, Shini.
mostly front-end. Sometimes it's back-end, which
Wonderful.
consists of Node and Express.
Yes, wonderful, wonderful, Shrini. So, can you share the screen, Shrini? We can get started immediately. Okay. And for audience who are not subscribed to my channel, I request you to subscribe to my channel. So I will guarantee you will not regret it. Okay. Shrini, this is a very simple snippet. Okay. And my question is also very simple. Let's say in line number 9, you remove the hello world and you put the count. What is going to be the output? Line number 9. Don't do it. Yes, first you tell, then we will make the
Okay.
change. Yes.
Okay. So if I replace count here,
In line number
first
9.
of all,
Hmm.
it would be 0 when the page loads initially, and when after rendering it will become 1.
Okay. Yeah, I got in the behind the scenes how it works. Let's say I run the code. I'm not gonna get to know a lot of differences. 0, 1, it will not become. When I run the code, I'm gonna see some value on the screen. What is that value?
1.
Okay, please do it. Line number 9. Let's do it. Remove hello world and put the count.
Saving.
I think you can refresh. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we are seeing 1. Correct, Shini? So now you explain me what happens behind the scenes. Whatever you started explaining, right? Please continue to that. Yeah.
Okay, so behind the scene, how use effect and use state works is, first of all, the initial value was 0. The
Correct.
page got rendered with that 0 value, and it got rendered for very little time unless 0 was there. And after that, use effect got called as soon as it got rendered. So use effect made it 1. And that's why we can see 1. And so like in use effect, there's a dependency array which is empty, which means only this will run once after the page is rendered. That's why only 1 we can see.
Absolutely correct. So there is a hook, if you know, that get executed before the use effect. You know which hook is that? I'll tell the hook name. You tell me whether that is right or not. Use layout effect. Have you heard the hook use layout effect?
No, honestly speaking, no, I haven't heard of this.
Yeah, you and the audience, if you don't know what is use layout effect, please go ahead and read after the session. So now let's do a small update to this, Shini. Okay. Again, in line number 9, remove the count and keep maybe again hello word in line number 9. Yeah. So now copy paste the use effect again, line number 5 to 7, paste it again down. Okay. Now tell me what will be the output. Save it. You can save it and guess the output. Nothing will change. Yeah.
See, both use effects will run, so probably the output should be 2.
Okay. Let's replace hello world with again count. If we can, yeah, comment it and we can keep reusing in future.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. Refresh only right
Should
side.
I refresh?
Yeah, just right side. Yes. So we're still getting 1, Shini. You can tell me why it is still 1.
I suspect as soon as the use effect is called, both use effects will be called for sure. This is for sure, okay.
Okay.
But I think the problem is with this set count, even though we are doing it on line 9, it does not immediately update the state. It takes some time.
Correct.
That's why it's coming 1. So suppose we are at line number 6, even though it updates 0 to 1, and when it comes to 10, it's still not updated to 1. it will think it's still 0. That's why it is making it 1.
Sure,
So
sure.
problem with state updating delay could be
Got
the
it.
issue.
Got it. Let's understand a little bit in depth, Ashwini. Okay. So we have like two use effects now, correct? Use effect 1 and use effect 2. And both the use effects will run synchronously or asynchronously, you tell me. Got my question, right?
Yeah, I got your question.
Hmm.
They'll run synchronously, like one after the other.
Okay. So you're saying like line
Yeah.
number 5, whatever use effect we have, that is executed first,
Yes.
followed by the
Yeah.
use effect in line number 9, correct? One after another. If execution is synchronous, one after another, then definitely the count value should be 2, right? In line number 10. Because that is completed the execution use effect. Because we are not doing any asynchronous operation, correct? So in line number 10, when it comes, the value of count should be 2. Like value of count should be 1, so it should become 2, the output of line number 10.
Yeah. Right.
Correct? Anyways, like,
Agreed.
see, the whole purpose of asking this question is not to you also. First time when actually I'm uploading a video today, which is so 1st June around 1 p.m. the video is gonna live. I also where I myself discovered a lot of things about use effect in the video. The first question is around this only. So I thought of asking you or and the audience to just start thinking. So it's not like if you don't know answer to this, you cannot build a good app, correct? It's just that like how we all understand the things to a level where which is comfortable enough to work, correct? Sometimes you don't dig deeper and understand. That is the reason. So after the interview, you and the candidates please go ahead and like understand depth. I'll also try to explain in the end like how probably this is working. Okay. Yeah. Now
Yes.
that is how the user effect works. But only one extension to this question I asked, and then probably we'll go to the next question. Let's say I want 2 now. Like by the execution of 2 use effects, the value of count should be 2. Do you think you can do some modification to make it 2? Because right now though it is becoming 1. Any modification do you think of doing?
Like here it should become 1 and then it should be here 2. Like if I do it 2, then also it can be on the screen, it will appear 2. But that's not a good way, right? That's not what you're expecting. You want me to change something in this function 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Either of the functions you make some correct change so that the count becomes actually 2.
yeah. What if I like stop the flow at line number 6 and force it to become 1?
How you're gonna stop the execution at line number 6?
Async await in JavaScript helps with that.
Okay, you want to make the set count operation, you want to await until set timeout is done,
Yes,
correct?
yes.
Actually, we came into a good segue. You tell me now actually how set timeout works behind the scene, sorry, set state works behind the scenes, right? Is it a synchronous operation, asynchronous operation? How it's gonna work behind the scenes?
I think it is an asynchronous operation.
Okay,
As we saw, it was not updating the count immediately. It was taking some time.
correct. So
Yes.
let's get into a little bit of the practical questions, Ashwini. Okay, why do you think the set state operation is asynchronous and not synchronous? In line number 6, we have that, right? Line number 6 count. Let's say, do you do one enter there after line number 6? Do an enter. Let's say you put a console.log here and try to log the value of count. What it's going to be?
0.
Correct. Why it is
It
0?
won't. It won't update it directly because set state is an asynchronous function.
Correct. Exactly. So
Yeah.
whatever it was, 100% right, Srini. I think most of audience might have want to experience this because we all might have tried accessing the value of something immediately after it is set. Correct. And we would not got the updated, then we would have used user effect and update it. Correct. You tell me
Yeah.
now, what is the problem? Why do you think React update the states in a synchronous way and not in a synchronous way? Okay, no problem.
Obviously, because of it, React does not want to block the main thread. If he keeps on doing all the operations synchronously, the main thread will be blocked. It will become slow. That's why asynchronous operations are done, I guess.
Okay, sure. I'll share another small snippet with you. Okay, copy the snippet and try to paste. Very interesting snippet. I think you can carefully copy only what is required. Okay.
Okay, so if I click on the click me button, the 0 is there, it will become 1.
Okay.
And after 3 seconds, we'll get the alert which will say 1.
Okay. Let's do. Click me once.
Let me
Only click the button once.
let me save it.
Yeah. So we're getting like embedded paces and the value coming as 0, correct?
Yeah.
The count is 1 on screen, but on alert it is 0. And it's okay. You look at the snippet and tell. End goal is not getting the right answer. End goal is giving the right explanation for the output. Just look again and tell why 0 is coming.
Maybe it's because it is probably referencing the old state of count. Why is it
Yeah.
not updating it?
Yeah. So look at the
Mm.
snippet again and tell like probably why that is happening. You can close that alert. Click on OK. Let close alert. Go back. Check again.
Okay, so as we know, this is an async function. So after some time, it will update the state. So it's
Correct.
when it entered the set timeout, it was still 0.
Correct. Which famous property of the JavaScript is used here?
Okay. JavaScript property.
Or JavaScript concept? Tell me a few JavaScript concepts that you know. One, I'll give an example like hosting, promises. Give me some more examples.
Closures.
See, correct. So you're able to guess. So what is happening now? Now you got to know it is happening because of closure and the previous value. Can you please elaborate, Ashwini?
What's happening is okay, so it is entering this set timeout and it is
Correct.
taking this alert is forming a closure with the count value of the parent, which is still 0, which is still not updated. That is why it was giving us 0.
Sure. See, whenever the closure start the execution, right? Closure is nothing but what? We are forming a execution context and keeping it aside, correct? So whenever that time is done, whatever is the callback function inside that block, that's actually executing, correct? So no matter now, by the time the 3 second over, even if you make count from 0 to 1 million, that block do not know what happened, correct? This is the same as like popular that for loop and set timeout example, correct? Same
Yes.
happens this way, where the count value is only whatever it known at that time, because of which we're getting the previous value. Okay. Now, just as a little bit tickling the brain, I'll ask again. Let's say you click the button 3 times now. Don't click. Tell me what will happen.
If I click it 3 times, instead of 0, it will be 3. But set timeout, okay, so it's forming closure with 0. Set timeout will probably, give us 0 3 times in alert.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's click 3 times. Came
Okay.
0, 1, 2, right? Not 0. Now you can again look back and explain what is happening.
Okay, so I clicked the button, value was 0, it entered here. So set timeout was somewhere running in the background to make it to 1. We entered set timeout. Alert was shown with 0. In the meanwhile, set count made it 1.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Set count made it 1 in the meanwhile, and then again button was pressed. So
Yes.
it formed the closure now with the value 1 of the count.
Correct. Correct. So basically, every time whenever I'm pressing on handle click, multiple closures are getting, not multiple, every time one new closure is getting formed. Correct. The number of times you click, the number of times the closure has formed. Correct. As simple as that. So one practical question again I'll ask. What is the value that is returned from set timeout? Set timeout is a function, right? End of a day, set timeout is a function. Set timeout, set interval, use state, use effect, they're all functions, correct? What is the value returned from set timeout?
This alert is returned from here.
No, alert is what is the callback function. That's not return. That is happening after 3 seconds, right?
Set timeout. Okay, I think it returns a timer, something, timer ID.
Okay. So I'll ask like one last question on this particular topic and we'll move forward. Let's say now, every time whenever you're clicking a button, like you told like it's going to be just 0, right? I want to basically clear the timeout if the timer already exists and I should go forward. How do you do that? Let's say click the button once. Okay. There is a set timeout, as you could see, line number 7 to 9. Correct. That timer I want to clear. And So at second time, whenever I click, if that timer already there, only when timer is not there, I'm going to set the timer. If timer is not already there, I'm just going to clear it. How can we do that?
So basically, if timer is there, clear it and then again set a set timer. This is what you want me to do.
Yes, yes. So every time
Okay,
putting
so
the
again,
other way, you click like 5 times, you are actually going to get only one alert because all the 4 you are cleared now. Only 5th alert is going to actually persist. Correct? All the 4 timeouts have been cleared. How can we do that?
again, we'll need closures here.
The closure
So
already there. Set timeout
yeah,
closure already there. How we are going to do? Yeah.
so what I'll do is I'll have make a timer first of all, which will be empty for now.
Okay.
And this set timeout is returning us a timer every time.
Correct.
And before this, we need to see like if
Correct.
timer exists,
Correct.
just clear interval timer.
Okay.
And but there's a catch.
Hmm.
We need to wrap this inside a function
Why?
because because this timer we need to make the count of that timer, right?
No, we have
So
to maintain only one
either
instance, right? We need only one instance of timer. We don't need like multiple instance. Like
so maybe make it here global.
okay, sure. So
So we
now,
made it global. Continue.
okay. So you made it global. You clicked on handle click function now, correct? You're checking whether if timer exists. If timer exists, you're clearing the interval. Why for what reason clear interval function is used in line number 9?
Clear. So if already a timer is set, this function helps us to clear all the. It is a cleanup function for that timer. It clears all the side effects of that timer.
So is it like
Cancels it out.
clear interval or clear timeout?
I think it should be clear timeout.
Okay,
because
sure.
clear interval will probably be used for set intervals. We
Correct.
have another function in
Yes.
JavaScript,
Yes.
the set interval.
Okay, sure. So now one last question I ask, which you did not answer correctly, was what is the return value of set timeout, right? It's not a timer or anything as such. It's actually a numeric identifier.
ID, unique ID. It
Numeric
returns the ID
identifier.
of that timer.
It returns like 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. And you're going to clear all of them. Actually, the clear timeout will clear only that interval, that particular number. If you want to clear all, you can just click clear all timeout. Then it's going to create all the numerical identifiers. Okay. Fine. Srini, I'll share a small JavaScript snippet with you in the chat section. Copy the snippet and paste the snippet in the 1 second. Paste the snippet in the other editor. Okay.
Create counter one, right?
Exactly. Yes. Please paste the snippet on the JavaScript editor. Okay. Yeah. You can remove everything that's here and paste it. Again, don't click on run. Analyze the code carefully. And I want to guess the output.
Output would be 1, 2, 1.
1,
And
2,
the
1.
reason
Okay.
would be, yes.
Yeah,
So
sure.
the reason would be, let's just consider line number 11. We called a function create counter, which is returning a function. So counter 1 has a function there. Okay. And now we are calling counter 1 2 times.
Correct.
So initially count value was 0.
Correct.
For line number 14, we came inside line number 6, made it 1. And made it 1 and 1 was returned. So this line will print 1.
Okay.
Now this count value will have 1. Because this is like this count value, it's forming a closure here. Again, closure is used in this thing.
Correct. So you just comment and type, okay, here it's 1. Second time you're invoking the same function where count value is already incremented. So you're saying 2, correct? 2. And from counter 2, whenever you're trying?
It's 1 because again, we are creating a new instance of that counter, which will not have reference to the old values of count because a new instance is created. So it will be 1.
Okay, please run top center. You see a run button. Yeah. Yeah, whatever you told is correct, Srini. Okay. So if you have to little dig deeper and understand. So in line number 11 and line number 12, we are forming a two variables, counter1 and counter2, correct? Both having a reference to create counter function itself. But in line number 14, whenever you call the counter, we actually, the counter one is basically nothing but returning the function. In line number 5, returning a function which has access to the outer scope because of the property of closure, correct? So whose value is actually initially 0. So, and it is returning the updated count as it's a post increment, not a pre increment, correct? So we will be incrementing and we'll be getting the value as 1. And then whenever we invoke it to the second time, we still have the access to the count that was declared in the outer scope, which is already incremented, correct? So putting other way, the closure of one is not affecting the closure property of the another, Shini, correct? Okay.
Yes.
Sure. So yeah, you can stop sharing, Shini. Okay.
Just a minute.
Yeah.
The screen sharing stopped.
Yeah, screen share shop. Okay, no. Now let's discuss some practical questions, Shrini. Okay. So let me present a whiteboard. Okay. See, now the question here would be, well, let's take a practical example, Shini. Well, like you might have not worked on it directly, but there are a lot of one of the common interview question is, how do you basically maintain a infinite scrolling list? Okay, in a typical social media application. Okay, let's say you have to build a list where the list is can be continuously scrolled. Tell me what are all things comes to your mind, like what are all the problems that comes to your mind and how you're gonna solve the problems.
Okay. Infinite scrolling means infinite content. Infinite content means infinite calls to the server.
Correct.
Yep.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
This is what comes to my mind right now. Obviously we cannot, just make it in the first go, and then, we have to do it on runtime. The user scrolls, and on runtime we'll probably try to make calls and bring data and display data. This is what I'm
Okay.
thinking of.
Okay. So just to unlock, like as a basic UI, I'm drawing. Okay. Let's say this is your website where this is the segment. Like let's take a typical example of Facebook where we have like the center portion, correct? So this is the portion where we will be basically just rendering the colors, correct?
Yeah.
1 second. So this is the center portion I'm just drawing. So this is the portion basically where we will be showing the content, correct?
Yeah.
So now let's say we have like multiple cards here, right? Like let's say there's one image, one video, and one problem textual content, and users keep scrolling, correct? So we'll have like a lot of data that should be flowing in. Tell me, like, if you have to store so much of data, what all things comes to your mind, Srini? How you're gonna actually store the data efficiently? Because you might know typical Instagram scrolling happens for about at least 10 to 15 minutes. By that time, we might have looked at easily like 50, 40, 50 reels, correct? If you start storing all the information in an array, the array becomes bulkier. What do you think should be the right way, Srini, to store the information?
First of all, your question is, are we getting whole data? Like, we have
You
to
tell
see
me.
all of
Like
our.
I'm telling, I have to build a social media. You should tell me what is the right way to store the data.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right way to use. So array we cannot use continuous. It will take continuous memory space, and we don't know how much memory
Yeah.
we'll use because it's runtime. So one thing coming to my mind is if we can use linked list,
Okay.
where at least continuous memory space will not be used.
Okay.
So, and we can have nodes which will help us to backtrack also. So if we scroll down, you can go to the previous reel which you were watching. So linked list would be, I think, ideal thing here.
Sure. Sure, Srini. Okay. And stop. And stop the whiteboard, Srini. Okay. I'm mostly done from my end. Before I give feedback, if you have any questions, Srini, regarding the interview, you can ask me.
No major questions as such for the
Sure.
interview. But you can tell me any one of the most interesting thing you worked on in React. Or maybe,
Okay.
like it just
Yeah.
mind boggled you, like, oh, this exists in React.
So in the past, I worked on a project where it was a mobile application using React Native, which was had a video call feature. Okay. So building a video call feature is very easy because nobody builds it from scratch. There are so many open source libraries or paid libraries where they give you step-by-step instructions to integrate it. So that portion of integrated video call is very easy, but mobile has a lot of modes. Like mobile has when the app is in the foreground, when the app is in the background, when the app is killed. Okay. And all the three states should happen for both Android and iOS. So whenever you have to handle so many states, let's say your screen is locked, you cannot open your video call things because somebody need to unlock the screen, correct? So background, foreground, killed, and screen locked. 4 states are there. And all the 4 states need to be handled in the same way in case of both Android and iOS. Okay. So this is around 2016 and 2017 when React Native did not have so much of documentation and not many are using it. So we have to undergo a lot of things to understand like probably how it works under the hood. We wrote a lot of native mobile code as well to unblock this. But it took a good amount of time, but end result was good. We were able to achieve. But probably if you do it now, people do not take so much time because of Jenny and so many other things. It's much straightforward. But back then it was something very major thing. Shri. Okay. Considering the time concept, I'll give my honest feedback, Shini, whatever I felt regarding the interview. Right? Some you might already know. One thing that I ask you and most of the audience to look at it, like from the system design point of view, right? I know you just have 9 months of experience, it's not like too much, but don't look at any system as a consumer. As you are a developer, look at every system as a developer. Let's say we are using Facebook or we are using Instagram, right? Let's look at it sometimes like how probably they might have solved this problem. Like I gave a very common example of Book My Show, where Book My Show we render the different screen layouts. Like for example, one theater has more seat on the left, no seat on the right. They have given just a walking path, or all the seats on right, or there's somewhere gap in the middle, and there's sections like lower, premium, super premium. There are some gaps in middle. So to render this dynamic layout on the screen is a very tedious task, correct? But Bookmyshow has solved it in a very simple way. Like only when you think from that point of view, probably you go and inspect their response and see how they're sending the data. Correct? Same happened with the social media question I asked. So you and everybody who's watching, spend time as a developer whenever looking at product like that. Okay, that's one simple feedback. Another feedback, Shini, is don't jump to an answer, especially when the question looks simple. This is a trick that is used by most of the interviewers to keep a very simple snippet. The second snippet where I extended the use effect, right? That snippet looks very simple and most obvious answer is 2. Our mind also says like we should not say 2, but we will not get a right justification for not saying it as 2, correct? The 2 use effects that you used. Though my advice is whenever you think the snippet is simple and the answer is most obvious, right? Try to just think what is an unobvious thing because interviewer is also not that dumb. He might not have given a very simple question, correct? Even if he gives some simple question, there could be some trick in that. So try to decipher that and try to give the answer. Okay. Another small feedback could be a little bit on the analytical thinking, like set interval, set timeout, all of this, right? So probably working more towards it will help you to like master that stream. These are all my very basic feedback for you and whoever the audience watch. And just in case for the audience who are watching, all the questions that I discussed are actually part of my video in the top 10 React.js question. That video I'm going to link in the comment section. So this video is not going to have an extension where I'm going to answer the question. That video itself answers all your doubts. Okay. Any closing thoughts, Srini? Hope you like the video and whatever the
Yeah, I
feedback.
just enjoyed it. I got to know about so many things about use effect and set interval.
Yeah.
Yes, these are my
Thank you so
feedback.
much, Srini. Thank you all the audience who watched the video. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, CareerwithVasanth, please subscribe and like the video and share with your friends if you liked it. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you in the next video.